So let's move right along. Everything is pretty much dry. I did put a piece of fabric here in the middle just to secure this spine. And I picked out some papers and went ahead and sliced them in half. I think this is what I'm going to go for as far as on these four main panels. I try to get everything in. So I've got this one, and this one, and then I thought we needed some drama. So I went with one of my Tim Holtz papers I had left over here. And maybe those would be nice panels for the inside. And I will be cutting these the length of my these original paste downs. So just over 9 1/4 high on that one. And then, well, they're going to have to be about the same. So maybe I'll do like 9 3/8 on all of them, since this one's a little taller on its paste down than these are. So I'm going to do that real quick, like real super duper quick, like. Let's see if I can center this. Oh, I can. I'm going to try and center this medallion thing here. Of course, there's not really one on this side that's, you know, centerable. We'll see. So here are those two, and now I'll do these. Of course, the back is pretty too. I just turned it over. I think I like this littler pattern better, and I'll tell you why. Because even though this is stupid pretty, it's really close in size. The elements are closer in size, and so this side is more contrasty. Anyway, you're all gonna yell at me. Half of you will probably want one thing, and half will want the other. So we'll just make half of you mad. And I'm going to paste these down here and here. And be covering up those insides like that for now. And then for this center piece, wherever it is that I put, is this it? I will probably cover this because it doesn't really go with anything. I will cover this maybe in this brown, and then that way it'll sit down in here in the middle, but it'll be covered with something. Does that sound bueno to everybody? Here's this one. Although I hate to muck up this because this side's really pretty. It's like the last one I have for now. I need to go out and get more, but yeah, I think I like this one better. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to just glue these down real quickly and make a piece to go on top of this one. All the panels are covered, and I also covered the middle strip, and I just marked 1/2 inch down from either side in the center so that I could do this thing and make some eyelets. That. Let me grab wherever it is that I put my, there they are. And this goes in here. Try not to do this backwards. One. So now we have the 2 eyelets, and that will set in there just like that. And that's where my battery died. So moving along again, I'll just show you what I did. I went ahead and I glued this middle piece down. I ended up not doing an elastic, and because the elastic I had was not, I don't know, it just wasn't conducive. It wasn't very strong, and I thought if it lost its stretchiness, that then you'd be, you know, you'd be super sad. So, or I'd be super sad, whatever. Somebody would be really sad. So, like I do in the Booksmith traveling journal kit, I just attached some twine. And so then whatever gets put in the middle, whether it's a notebook or a folder, whatever it is that we decide to do, will just get tied in. And then that can be altered as well. Things can be inserted or, you know, left out. So I'm not going to do anything to these panels as of right now because I'm not totally sure what I want to do exactly just yet. So what I thought I would do is we can work on the inside of this first panel. Does that sound good? So when this opens up, I have a file folder, and I got some of this stuff cut out because I figured if I didn't, you know, wow. So I'm gonna have this be like a little fold out section. And I took a piece of that file folder and I scored a little 1/4 inch, like a gusset, so that this can be attached onto the bottom. And this will get attached to this bottom, this panel like this. And then this will be adhered onto this, and then it'll be able to, you know, fold out. And so that is pretty much the first order of business, is putting this together. Because then there's some other things that I want to sew onto this pocket before it's all closed up. So I think maybe that would be good. That would be good as well. So let me show you what I wanted to put on the front. So I took some of the paper that I used for this middle section, and I thought I'd pull that together, and I thought I would make a little pocket on the front of this folder fold out flap. And then on the top of this, I have a little coin envelope, and I'm deciding on whether I kind of want that here, like in this kind of vicinity. And then I also took another piece of file folder, just a different color, and a piece of the leftover of this stuff, and I have very, very little, so it's going to be sprinkled through sparingly. But I thought I would make like a double layer pocket of sorts, and maybe that would go down in this direction for whatever little things, stamps, or whatever. Do you think I should put a little thumb hole like this one in that bottom? Yeah, I think we should. Here I ask you, and then don't even wait for your answer. Typical. Typical. Get out my makeup sponge. All right. So then that'll be kind of like this. I'm going to sew these together, and then that will be on top of this, and this will go in this direction. And then this, of course, will be, you know, a file folder pocket. This will be a pocket. And then when it flips in this direction, on the back, I have an envelope, and I want to put an envelope back here. I believe. And I have another piece of this, and it's the opposite side, you know, from this. I thought we could pull that in now because it's not right next to it, but it's the same color, so gorgeous. And what I was thinking is that since this envelope is so plain, and you know, we'll have a segment probably at the end where everything kind of gets decorated. You know, if I stamp on anything or, you know, whatever, we'll probably have like a little decorating and then putting stuff in all the pockets kind of a segment. But what I thought I could do with this little piece here is maybe sew it onto this envelope, and then take some magnets and maybe glue one underneath here, underneath this little flap, and then also glue one underneath the envelope itself so that it's magnetized and so that it shuts nicely, just for kicks and giggles. What do you think? So perhaps that should happen. And then on this panel, underneath the little flippity flip, I thought I had this scrap of file folder, and I folded it up and I thought, ooh, that looks like it could be a nice tall long pocket. I'll sew this together and it can be a tall pocket, and then this could fold over like this and it'll be a pocket, but I'm going to leave like the belly band area open so that I could slip something in between, maybe. And then I have these great, aren't these awesome? I love these. So these old contact and prospect cards, and I thought perhaps they could be here like little pocket folders of some sort up here, and this could kind of even layer over the top of this because it won't matter, because this can be kind of free as a bird. And I even folded up just some tea stain paper, because what I would like to do is maybe glue some little gussets onto the side so that these have like little hingy, you know, where they open up a little bit bigger, like an accordion folder like thing. What do you think? Does that sound cool? I also I punched out some little tabs. This one actually, serendipitously, is almost the same width as this little pocket, and I thought maybe I could sew a tab onto the flap of the envelope flap. Okay, cute. So that is the plan. So now I have to start sewing stuff together. So I'm going to put the inside stuff to the side. I might go ahead and glue the magnet inside here. So I'm just going to use a metal washer and a magnet. If you don't need super strong magnetization, you know, super strong sticky, then you can use a washer, and you don't have to use two magnets. It kind of gives you more bang for your buck, because you know, magnets are expensive. Washers are not. So I think I'll let that dry, and I can even go ahead and glue this on the opposite side, and then it'll also get glued onto, you know, onto that guy, right? So all we have to do is turn it over, and it will just do its thing. It'll just adhere to. I'm just going to try to get it centered a little bit here. See, it'll get magnetized to the opposite side. I'm just going to draw a little circle. And put a little bit of glue here. You know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to use some double-sided sticky. This stuff's pretty decent. Stick that down like this. I've got a mess and a half here. Okay. Come on. There we go. And then this will just go right inside like this. Love me some double-sided sticky tape. And then that will, ooh, see? Ooh, like magic. I will sew this onto this, and that will enclose that magnet. And then this can basically just go right in the middle. This, I might put a little tippity tap of glue on the back just to keep it secure while I'm sewing it to the envelope. But I can't go all the way down in here because it's going to hang over a little bit. So this, I kind of want a little bit of envelope sticking out up here. And then that will be on the back of that one. Okay. Then that way, this can go ahead, the magnet and stuff, the washer, I mean, can go ahead and finish, you know, getting glued. Okay, now I think it's better. It's better. And I can always stick a little bit of extra glue under there if necessary. Probably won't be, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So that will go on the back of this one. What we need to do, probably before I sew on that this thingy, I should probably sew this one on. And before I sew this one on, if I want to sew this on, it probably should also be done now. It's really hard to sew on this if it's glued to this. It'll just mess you up. And then this also needs to be sewn together for this. Now when I sew this to this, it will catch this edge, but it won't catch this edge. So I need to sew this edge together and then line it up to sew those. And then this one needs to be sewn up here, however it's going to be sewn. So I might do like a side and then a bottom here, and then that way it could become like a little extra hidey hole. Does that sound feasible? A hidey hole? Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to just go sew this together and I'll be right back. I went ahead and sewed both of these two together because what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this to here, and then I'm probably just going to glue this on because I was afraid that the zigzag around here wouldn't catch the blue one too. So, but I did sew this one on and I left it as a little, you know, little flippy flap. So this one will get attached about hereabouts, and so I'm going to sew all the way around. I'll probably sew this first, and then I'll lay it down and I'll catch it all the way back around. And also this needs to be stitched as well. It doesn't have to be, but you know. Do I want to? I mean, if we're going to gild the lily, are we just going to, you know, gild it? Just gild it? All right. So I will sew those and I will be right back again.